توی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داتورانو کور داد باتورانو.
Good evening. Today is Monday, February 3, 2025. I'm Suleiman Talash and you are watching RTA News. Nuruddin Azizi, the Minister of Industry and Commerce, met with a business delegation from Uzbekistan to discuss enhancing coordination and agreements, increasing trade, and supporting the private sector. He proposed holding 5 annual exhibitions at the Termez International Trade Center to showcase products from both countries. The Uzbek delegation also expressed interest in importing coal from Afghanistan to balance trade. Notably, joint trade agreements worth $4.5 million have been signed between Afghan and Uzbek investors. Maulavi Fazl Muhammad Haqqani, the ambassador of the Islamic Emirate in Tehran, met with Jawad Boudifar, the director of protocol of the Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Afghan embassy in Tehran says that both sides consider the recent visit of the Iranian foreign minister to Kabul an important stage in the relations between the two countries and emphasize the development of bilateral cooperations. Ali Reza Begdali, the Iranian ambassador to Kabul, met with Abdullah Sarhadi, the governor of Bamiyan, during his visit to the province. During their meeting, the ambassador informed Mr. Sarhadi about the completion of the 120-bed of Imam Khomeini Specialized Hospital in Bamiyan. He requested that the governor communicate any issues related to the hospital's opening to the officials of the Islamic Emirate. Mr. Begdali assured the governor of Iran's commitment to collaborating with Afghanistan in the fields of healthcare, education, and other essential sectors. In response, the governor of Bamiyan confirmed that he would share the hospital's opening concerns with the Islamic Emirates officials. The Chamber of Commerce and Investment states that the recent rise in dollar's value against the Afghani has not affected market prices, which for essential food items remain stable. Officials note that small shopkeepers, not traders, are responsible for any price increase. Moreover, the Central Bank of Afghanistan reports the success in lowering the dollar's price by establishing a special market and moving the dollar auction progress to nearby provinces. More details in this report.
Officials from the Chamber of Commerce and Investment stated that the Central Bank of Afghanistan has honored its commitment by preventing an increase in the prices of essential food items, helping to maintain the stability of the Afghani against the dollar. The deputy head of the chamber noted that in recent days, the rise in food prices were not caused by large traders but by small shopkeepers. These shopkeepers are now collaborating with the Kabul municipality to address their issue.
Some of the small shopkeepers who did this are under the responsibility of municipality establishment committee, and our delegation is in it. We can contact them directly. Kabul municipality also announced yesterday that the establishment committee in the various provinces and districts is active and working. We are trying to control prices. We must prepare for the future so that if we face such an issue again, this responsibility will fall on us, particularly on the traders and private sector, and the officials of the Islamic Emirate, as the banks also hold direct responsibility with us in this matter. We must ensure that our people do not suffer in the future.
The Afghanistan Bank states that it has sufficient reserves to ensure the stability of the Afghani, which has been the most stable currency in the region over the past 3 years.
The Afghanistan Bank has taken essential steps for better regulation of the monetary market. From this date, we can note the establishment of a dedicated market in the place of actions and expansion of the current auction process to the provinces.
This is while the exchange rate of $1 reached 83 Afghans in the past few days. However, because of the continued efforts at the Afghanistan Bank, the value of Afghani has since improved against the dollar.
Officials from the Marwest Turkish company met with Dr. Abdelbari Umar, the chief executive officer of the Afghanistan Electricity Company. During the meeting, representatives from Marwest expressed interest in investing in the distribution and production of electricity in Afghanistan by utilizing new technology. In response, Mr. Omari promised to collaborate with the company in technical and research areas. Thousands of acres of land in Kunduz province have been set aside for the construction of townships for refugees who have returned in recent years. Officials from the Provincial Department of Refugees and Repatriation Affairs report that this land will be used to build houses for returning refugees. More details in this report.
Continued efforts by the Emirati officials are focused on supporting newly returned refugees in the country. Officials from Kunduz Provincial Department of Refugees and Repatriation Affairs report that in recent years, thousands of acres of land have been allocated in the provincial capital and surrounding districts for the construction of houses and shelters for returnees. The process of building homes in these designated areas will begin soon.
We have approximately 5 townships. Jahardara has 3,000 acres of land, and similarly, the capital has 6,000, Qalaizal has 2,000 acres of land, and Said Ahmad Shah and Imam Saib have 205,000 acres of land.
Returned families report that the Islamic Emirate is significantly increasing its support by constructing permanent shelters, which will address several of their existing problems.
We spent our days in poverty and hardship, and now we feel very happy, and God has provided us with hope and giving us shelter and home. We are very happy, not a little. It is completely beyond words. The fact is that there are many poor people who didn't have a place and can't pay rent who do better than this. People are very happy, not a little, but very happy.
The Department of Refugees and Repatriation Affairs in Kunduz province has announced the construction of shelters for newly returned refugees. This year, 8,500 refugee families have returned to Kunduz province from various foreign countries.
The National Disaster Management Authority has signed an agreement with a humanitarian organization for a total of 29,725,000 Afghans. Under this agreement, cash assistance will be provided to over 5,000 families in Kandahar's central area and its districts in cooperation with the World Food Programme. 2 individuals have been arrested in Khost province for trafficking 6,215 pregabalin drug pills. According to the Counter-Narcotics Deputy Directorate of the Ministry of Interior Affairs, the arrests took place in the Taneo district of Khost province. The suspects will be handed over to the judicial authorities following initial investigations. Maulavi Matiul Haq Khalais, the Director General of the National Environmental Protection Agency, met with Karan, the technical advisor of Mercy Corps International Organization, to discuss water management in Afghanistan. Mr. Karan said that they are working on a proposal to combat drought. Maulavi Matiul Haq Khalais stressed the importance of water management for Islamic Emirate, noting that 18% of Afghanistan's glaciers have been affected by climate change, leading to drought concerns. He also mentioned the need for collaboration among Emirati institutions to prioritize water management. And the final one is that the Ministry of Justice has reported that 5,000 acres of land in the Qare Kotarma area of Imam Saib district in Kunduz province and 21 acres in the Chahargul, Tapa and Wakil Jangal areas of Qalaizal district have been confirmed as Emirate land following an investigation. It's worth mentioning that since the Islamic Emirate regained power, the Commission for the Prevention of Land Usurpation has successfully identified and recovered large areas of Emirate land from unlawful occupation. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a good night.
شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا